The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Table Topics. If you're watching this show and it's not on a Wednesday, thank you. It's not on a Wednesday. It is a repeat, and look out for another edition of Table Topics the following Wednesday.
Wow.
Carlos, to you. I almost
took 10 years, man.
Yeah, no, I still don't have it down perfect yet, but I'll get there someday. I'll get there.
Yeah, just remember, we tape on Tuesday.
Yep. All right.
And the show goes on Wednesday.
That's why I was like, I had to look. Yeah, I'm like, all right, wait a minute.
Can be Tuesday because I'm here.
Yeah. Exactly.
And last time I checked was not live.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh boy. Yes, we're here for another show of the Table Topics, and like always, we go all over. We talk nationally, we talk local, we talk Portugal.
Yeah.
That's the best place for John.
Exactly.
And I can take this out of the way. I found a nice, I think it's 20-second video.
Yep.
That's going to bring you to St. Michael.
Oh, okay.
Steve, let's show.
Okay.
Olha só o preço desse café da manhã do pequeno almoço aqui em Portugal. Ó. Tem pão, pastel de nata, croissant recheado, sumo de laranja, café com leite e tudo isso por apenas €3,58. E para fechar com chave de ouro, ó, um cafezinho para dar aquela energia, hein?
I don't have glasses on, so I couldn't see. You know,
Yep.
I can kind of pick it up, but what is that, like a tourist thing?
$3.58.
Oh, $3.58. Yeah, we know things are cheap. I mean, not for the people that live there, obviously.
You had
but for
coffee,
us.
you had juice,
Yeah.
you have the sandwich, you have the sweets.
Yep.
Perfect breakfast for $3.58.
Yeah. No, not
Bring
here.
me back.
Yeah, not so much here for sure. I know. It is crazy the prices.
When
there,
I found that, I said, you know, I have to show this one to John.
Yeah, I know. It looked good too.
Very good. So let's come back locally and
Sure.
a few things that I want to touch up. We got another shooting. Unfortunately, on my neighborhood again. I think it's
Okay, yeah.
the third on the same neighborhood.
Yeah. No,
So-
I saw that, and it wasn't. This is like the second person. I don't know if it was in your area, but it was an older person. There was another older person, probably a year ago, and it's like late 50s, 60s, that was stabbed to death. I think that was on County Street. But yeah, this shooting, I saw that the person was 60 years old.
Yes.
So like, why is somebody that's 24? I don't. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
would think they're going to get more charges, right? If
Yes.
you're, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't understand that when you have an argument, and then you have a gun, and it kind of shows you like, you know, we talk about guns, right? But that guy didn't. He didn't have a license to carry that gun, and he still had one. So. You know, you hope, and I look at it this way, is that if you have a weapon and you don't have a license, you're in big trouble in the state. So I don't know what can be done to like say, hey, this is really serious. You got to know this is serious.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not reaching some people.
But it's not a local problem, it's a national problem.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
Last week we had another.
Yep.
big
Had
show.
two of them, California.
Yeah.
Had two of them in California. Well, I think, Carlos, at least in California, we have a mental health problem in this country. We had a 72-year-old man go into a place, and it's funny that you mentioned this because driving here, apparently he's married. You know, he's dead now, that man. For the first one in Monterey Park, I guess, outside of LA. They're saying now that his wife was invited to a party at that dance studio, but he wasn't invited, and they didn't talk nice about him. So obviously the guy is insane, because normal people, because you didn't get an invite, you didn't go in there and shoot the whole place up.
My wife and my daughters got invited last Saturday. Guess what? They went to a party. I didn't.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So
I stayed home cleaning my chicken coop and my my fish pound, and I kept myself occupied instead of being running around like a cowboy with a gun.
Yeah, I mean, I think what, and I was just talking about somebody about this yesterday, is that we had this incident in Los Angeles all over the weekend. Whenever you put the news on, it was on. Like, I wish the media would just say, this is what happened, this is it, stop.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because then look what happened. Outside of San Francisco, somebody else does the same thing. So part of it is the media kind of harping on this. Just say this is what happened. Or even, I know that we have this 24-hour media, I get it. But about 20 years ago, we wouldn't have known if like 2 people got shot in this area. We don't. It's in California, where now it's like you hear about it like right away. It can be in Texas, whatever.
Yeah, I understand this. People then gets into investigations and takes time and all of that. But one thing that should come out her way is if it was a legal weapon, that give us right there. Give us half of the answers. If they come it was a legal registered weapon or or a stolen weapon, right there answers 50% of the questions.
Exactly.
And the second thing was the motive.
Yeah.
That's it. We just need to know those 2 things to know what happened.
I know.
I mean.
Yeah, unless it's like they're interviewing his neighbor, and we don't need to know
I mean, keep that information for yourself. I don't want to know that information. You know, if he takes medication, if what time he goes to bed. Keep that information for yourself. I just want to know, was the shooting? First thing is the gun. Is it a legal gun? The gun belongs to him? That's number 1. Okay? And number 2 is that he has a problem with mental problem. That's it. And the investigation is gone, because if he has mental problems, that's it. What else did you want to find out?
Well, they were saying they want to know a motive. The guy's dead. He's not going to. He can't confirm what you think the motive is. But it's either the media or the American public is obsessed, because we had the murders in Idaho, right? That was all over the news for like months. Then you had that young girl from Florida that was with her boyfriend a year back. That people obsessed about that case too, where you knew the boyfriend did it. Obviously, he's the last person to see her.
You have people running parades, people on parades over. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't know what's going on. So when I was on this trip that I was in Nice, they showed me the sidewalk that the guy just drove over. Now it's all blocked with cement blocks, but. Where did you take that from? That you are watching a beautiful beach, okay? People swimming on the sidewalk, and now you have this cargo van coming at you, and people had no escape.
No, it's I mean, it's a nice, that area is very notorious. Like, it's got a reputation, because and it's nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So to have that there. At least personally for me, I give you credit. I mean, that's like a lot of bad karma. I don't want to go anywhere near where bad things like that happen. I just,
it's just, makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So, very quick, I just want to go to, I don't know if you saw and this is a presentation that the mayor did that's going to happen in Fall River. It's a big deal. It's something that, according to him, and that's what he said, Keith, on his news, was something that really is going to turn the city around.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear that. Fill me in.
It's the new logo.
Oh, no, I didn't even hear that. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't listen to the local radio anymore, so.
Well, supposedly it's like this big thing that, is going to turn the city around. Well, last time I checked, the only thing that's supposed to go around is the carousel, and it's not going around. So that's the only thing supposed to go around in Fall River. It's the carousel. Other than that, I don't think it's anything else that's supposed to go around. But it's something that's going to turn the city around. You know, it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. We're going to have to print all new letterheads. We're going to have to print all envelopes. We're going to have to go through the parks and change all the signs on the parks. We're going to have, well, it's going to, you know, it's going to, it's,
Well, what's the
that's
logo?
what we should be working on.
What was the logo? I think I missed it.
Was a contest. I think it was 3 or 4 kids from, I believe, Durfee that win
Yeah, I think I
the
voted
top
on that.
3 or 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah, which one won? I think I voted on that. probably a month
One
ago.
of them win. I don't think, I didn't vote because I don't think that that's something that we should even be worried about.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more worried about it, people walking on Pittman streets and not getting shot. That I really care about a city log, which I think, and I'm very proud of the history on our city log, because guess what? That belongs to 1803 when we got incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And was nice, was good until Jason Correa wanted to change it. Make it here.
Yeah.
Want to change it. And then create this symbol that's like a puzzle that you actually end up nowhere.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you go up that street and turn the right and the left and end up nowhere. End up in Fall River again. But he was the one that came with this thing that we need to change symbol. I just want people to tell me what is wrong with our symbol. And I was on the internet looking for symbols from other cities on our state.
Yeah.
They all look almost the same. They have whatever, the town.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I think I thought Salem has like a witch on a broom. Is that what I thought Salem had that as like
Well,
their
that's what
logo.
they're known for.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
what they're known
Yep,
for.
yep, yep.
So ours have the battleship. Ours have like the hills, the churches on the hills.
yep.
You know, that's us.
Yeah, yeah.
What we're going to change all of that has probably the five historical monuments on our city to change for a Braga Bridge that 20 years from now it's not going to exist. They're probably going to do something else with the Braga Bridge.
I hope not.
Probably going to put it under the water and we don't have to go more over the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what makes no sense to me. Why are we spending time with stupid stuff like that?
Yeah.
And because we're going to waste money.
Yeah.
Because now we're going to have to change everything that has that logo on.
Yeah.
And to me, makes no sense.
Yeah, I get you with the whole public safety thing. I think if you saw one of the council meetings about, you know, how to retain police officers, you know, let's face it, you know, no matter where you work, these police officers are probably making what, 50 grand here in Fall River, 50 grand to be a social worker, a security guard, you know, whatever else, but judging on something that you know, all these different things they have to do for 65 grand, and they're constantly under the public eye. And you know, I know the police were under some controversy about some logs that they had in there. And I mean, we know since 2009 that the police haven't had a full complement of officers there. So you know, by working in any business that you worked in, if you don't have enough people, what do? You do just exactly what you can do to get the thing moving. But all these little things fall through the cracks because you're so busy just waiting on the customers. You can't order, you can't do this, and that's basically what's happened with the police. So people, I know people are saying it was, you know, nefarious, that this something evil going on. No, they probably didn't have enough people to say, "Where's the log, everybody? Give it back to me."
And you can find probably some other job that you don't have to be stressed, that you're not going to get killed, and get more money.
Yeah.
And
or
get
sued,
paid better.
Or go to jail.
Yes, and get paid better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, something's wrong there.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think even the chief are trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Even the chief don't know what's wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. No, I hear you. I don't think it's not being solved nationally. So if somebody can figure out why or how to fix the problem, then they'll be able to be picked up at any city in the country, probably, because it's happening everywhere.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's, but you know, coming down to the point again is, why are we even spending time? You know, you do a press conference to say that you're going to announce a new logo. Where are your press conference when somebody got killed in the city?
Yeah. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that I've had to start taking to myself. If you know something's going to bother you, don't put it on. That's what I have to do. When I know something's bothering me, that's why I don't listen to the radio anymore. Because I know if something's going to bother me, I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah.
Why get myself all frustrated over something I can't control?
But here's the thing. Doesn't matter what you turn on.
Yeah.
That's the same news.
Well,
that's the breaking news.
Yeah. It's
Fox News, I know. Fox News will not announce the logo in Fall River.
No,
that's for
CNN won't either.
Huh?
CNN, MSNBC. But that opens another whole barrel of...
Then I'm going to be banging my head against the TV because I have another problem in my hand to think about.
Just watch Channel 10 or 12. Watch the local news, see what's going on around you, and that's it.
They've been around too. They should be at City Hall, like FBI. They should open an office in, because they have so much work to do in the city that they will never run out of work to do in the city if they open an office at City Hall.
Okay.
Doing some homework, they can start right there. They don't even have to go for...
The FBI has got their hands full with now. Now all these people have these documents, which I think is hilarious, right? When you listen to the media now, well, does everybody have these documents, right? Like trying to make it okay. The issue I have with that whole thing is that people that are in the military that had some kind of problem where they brought something home or whatever, they go to jail. So these politicians need to go to jail as well. Or you need to lighten up on these people that are in the military or civilians that are working in this area. But, you know, we hear this person's got this. I mean, the vice president just left. He's got stuff too. I mean, who's keeping control of this stuff?
Yeah, I think that entire policy needs to be, locked over again, because when you start digging and can go as far as already went, who knows if presidents before him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure some people did. I just find this whole thing hilarious now is because you keep on hearing a comparison with Trump, right? So they raided his house and all this other. But it's not as serious as this. Well, our president now had stuff from when he was in the Senate years ago. So I don't care what you say, it's still bad.
I think that what's wrong is wrong for both sides.
Yeah.
So whatever is going to happen to one side has to happen the other side. The only thing that I see different in here is the charges that the documents were asked and he ignored.
Yeah.
And he gave them. What do you want to give them?
They were locked up. They were locked up. They went there. This is my thing with this, Carlos, and I don't even care anymore about what politician. It's like it's got to be a fair system, and it's not fair. So if you go in there and they say, these are where the documents are, put a lock on it, if that's the case, you went in and raid there, why didn't you just take the stuff out then? Why did you come back? That's the issue I have. And I have to say, the Attorney General said, it doesn't matter whether it's Republican, Democrat, poor or rich, we don't work that way. And there was a woman sitting right next to him, and she looked like, really? Like, she felt so uncomfortable sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's got to be fair for both sides.
Dr. Fauci.
Fauci.
Fauci behind Trump. Remember the videos, his face? It's like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
What I'm doing in here, it's the same thing. It's the same.
They all, I mean, but it's what's done is done.
So
they're all bad.
I will, the crime, we have to see the crime, if the crime is the same. Now, the only thing that I see, charges could come. Yes, charges could come. Charges should come, because for that point that have documents that he's supposed not to have it, that's a charge. If you're going to charge the other one with the same thing, then it is the same. Now, the Trump has charges that that these documents don't, because the FBI got all involved, and he said, okay, take what you need, just go through, take them, and versus the other one. I think that's where it's going to, because they're going to drop it now, because because the documents were found on Joe's, they'll drop both.
Oh yeah, no, now that's the only reason why.
Yes.
Now we got the
both
vice
going to
president.
get dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
The only things that are going to get dropped now is because he tried to stop from getting the documents back.
Yeah.
And that's what Joe, there's a caveat.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. I mean, they went through a couple of things. One thing that somebody was talking about and made me think too was a lawyer that found these documents.
Yeah, his lawyer.
Yes. But lawyers don't do moves.
Yeah.
Movers
And
do
lawyers
moves.
and lawyers shouldn't be looking at classified documents if they don't have security clearance, right?
It's not just that. It's the fact that if he was there looking for stuff, he's already looking for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like if I have to move a garage and I see a bone. Now I don't know if it's from an animal or if it's from a person. Now I have to call the police to come in and see if I'm safe with that bone. But seems like that, the movers, which I don't understand how they could identify documents, call the lawyer to come and take a look at the files. You know what I'm saying? It's something in there that's not clicking. Because when you move, you call movers. You don't call lawyers to move your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's something in there that still on my...
But I mean, and think what you're saying with that, right? So during the election, the New York Post put out an article about the laptop from hell with Hunter Biden's laptop, right? And then all these, I'm trying to think, intelligence people said that's all a Russian collusion. But then fast forward 5 months, and the New York Times says that was true. That was true. So if things can be covered over here, but something like this isn't covered, what does that tell you? Some people are saying they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
well,
be.
some people are saying that they tried, probably they were, documents were placed there so this could come up so you could not run again.
Yeah.
Try to stop it from running again, which is, it's possible.
Yeah. I don't think they were placed there. I think that people probably knew they were there all that time, and then they found them. Because you're not going to just place stuff for when somebody was in the Senate. Like, you know what I mean? How are you going to dig those things up? I think that they were there, and all of a sudden people are like, let's do some digging through here. I mean, it was in the back of a garage. Yeah. Like, come on. I mean, Jesus, that's not even... God, put it in a safe, for God's sake. You got it thrown behind your car.
Yeah, so the last ones was in the garage. But the ones before was in his office, a place that he used to rent or something like that. Yeah. So that's when the movers came to my mind was, moving. Yeah. Now with the cars, it's even worse because now lawyers are moving stuff from a garage, so I don't know. But
nothing makes any sense anymore.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense.
There's a saying that is said, and I don't know where it came from. In the end times, good will be bad and bad will be good. And that's how this is going on now. And nothing makes sense. Same thing.
Climate change.
Yeah, that's climate change. That's due to climate change.
That for those that thought that we were never going to get snow, look at the window tomorrow.
Well, I'm old enough to remember back in the 80s that, or even the late 70s, that Florida would be underwater by now. That we were going through an ice age. That was what we were being told. Then we had acid rain was coming in through Canada. It was going to kill all the trees. That was in the early 80s. And lo and behold, what's that, 43 years ago? We're still here breathing. Still here breathing.
Well, I remember when I was in school, probably middle school or so, that people were saying the end of the world it's 2000.
Yeah.
And I remember to try to make, count my years. I said I will be like 37. I will never be. I will never make it.
Yeah.
I will never make it. Guess what?
Yeah, you were here.
I'm here.
Hey, I'm
23 years after.
During that night, I mean, that day, I was making sure nothing happened in Australia and New Zealand when the thing was going up, because I filled my bathtub. I had all the stuff ready here. Everything ready. If these things stop blowing up, I had my people at work laughed at me. I'm like, hey, so I wasted some water. But I mean, if I didn't have water, I could flush my toilet until they fixed all this. But I like
you were afraid with the change of the clocks and all of that, everything was going to shut down.
Everything was going to shut down. And I remember watching, I think it was probably CNN at the time, and they show what's going on. In Australia and New Zealand are the first countries to get the new year, and nothing happened within 5 minutes. I said, well.
So you took the plug out of the...
Hey, you got to be prepared.
Out and you drink the water.
That's it. You got to be prepared.
I still have another 2 hours, but guess what?
Yeah, you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared, right? I know people think I'm crazy, but people would have wanted to use my toilet if it really happened, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, you were laughing at me. Out. But,
oh boy. But
anyway.
Yeah, it's funny things, but it's so much to around the city to talk about. We're moving into a new year.
Yep.
So you expecting anything different this year?
I'm hoping this is going to be a good year. But just looking from a nationwide with the economy, what I don't like is that they're not talking about all these corporations that are laying thousands of people off, which reminds me of 2008 when Bush was in. He was getting ready to leave, and every night on the news, we're losing 100,000 jobs today. We lost 100, and it's trickling like that. Companies are laying off 2,000 and 3,000 people, and you hear a little bit of that on the business channels. You don't hear that on the regular. So I hope it's going to be okay. I hope we don't have an issue with Ukraine. Now we're giving, I heard this on the radio the other day, we have Ukraine soldiers in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. It's an artillery base. I was there when I was in the military years ago, and they're training them on equipment. So now we've given them equipment that is going to knock down their bombs. So the more and more we get involved in this, the worse it gets. So I'm just hoping this just doesn't become something worse than what it is. So I mean, we have that, we have the economy, and then we have, like what happened in Atlanta. They're rioting there in a nice downtown area. Yeah. I hope this isn't 2020 all over again. Because we had COVID, then we had all the riots, and I'm just hoping that it's going to be a better year for the city. We still have issues. We still have people, that are living on the highway ramp on 24. I believe they're trying to do something. I saw a meeting the other day that Mike Dion was at, and they're trying to do something. But, the problem is some of these people don't want to go. So, we have a free country, and sometimes, that part of it is
one
not
thing that
somebody.
bothers me is they live in there, but they don't maintain there. It's trash all over the place. Trash brings rats, and animals go there and eat, and all of that. So that's something that bothers me, is because if I have trash on my yard, I have a ticket from the city that I have to clean up. So if they know that the area it's for that, I probably will do something different. The city owns a lot of land that we cannot build because for conservation, because we have pipings on the ground and all of that. I understand that. But I will probably, it's for our benefit and for their benefit, because they are always trying to get them help. I probably will set up a tent city that will have what they need to be living in tents. I probably will have like showers. I probably will have bathrooms. I probably will have stuff there that I can put. I think we
Oh,
run out
I
of
think
time.
we went over. Sorry. Have a good night now. I didn't even see.